hello, and good time zone. And what is up, gamers? Hi, everyone. Welcome in. Sorry if that intro was a little bit awkward. I just suddenly had to, cough right as I was about to unmute, and now... well, I've done it now. Sorry about that. Anyways, hi, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome to Hollow Knight Art Month. Which I'm going to be doing here. Anyways, well, now that I've sat down in this room, I have noticed how absolutely hot as balls it is. I'm really glad I didn't bring hot tea with me in here. Anyways, let me say hi to everybody. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. What? Is it Thursday already in this economy, asks Samantha? Apparently so. Hi, Samantha. It's lovely to see you. Hello, Mesh. Welcome in. Mesh says, hi, Sammy. Illy, your face is cute. No, you. No, your face is cute. Also, thank you for the hydrate. I'm going to do exactly that. Thank you, thank you. I'm going to pop onto Art's screen so y'all can see that as well if I can find... Where's the damn art camera? There's the damn art camera. Okay, where's me? There's me. Okay, we're good. We're good. I think we're good. Thank you for the hydrate, Mesh. Thank you, thank you. Oh, that's it for my stone cold coffee. So that's one beverage down. Only currently 3 beverages to go. So doing okay for that, I hope. Anyways. Turnip, thank you for the lurk. Thank you. Also, hello, Roll. Welcome in. Hello, Neo. Thank you for the posture check, Mesh. Oh, everything is going in the wrong order. Neo says, oh, this is exactly what I need right now. Oh, I need it to not be this warm in the studio. It wasn't this warm in the rest of my house. Blah. Espy's waiting to get a haircut. But hello. Hello. I hope your haircut goes well. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Turnip, thank you very much for the lurk. Mesh says to Roll, tell the cats I said hi. Wait, no, tell them it's but in French. I'm not actually sure what is in French, but it's probably different in Europe than it is in French Canada anyway, so I wouldn't be helpful there. Yeah, why is it hot as balls? In what way are balls traditionally hot? Well, the balls that I'm most familiar with are veggie meatballs and falafel, and I prefer serving them hot. I know they'll put, falafels in salads and just have them be cold, but I think that's worse. Texturally, they just go all, dense and... No, they gotta be hot. Anyways, it's hot as a spicy falafel, says Neo. Yes, exactly. Okay, thank you, Neo. Neo gets it. It's hot as a spicy falafel. Anyways. I thought hot as in chilly. Anyways, I'm uncomfortably warm. So there you have it. I do have some beverages, though, don't worry. I have... this is a sparkling water bottle, but I added rhubarb cordial to it, so it's a sparkling rhubarb. Delightful. That's my kind of spicy, is spicy water with rhubarb cordial in it. Neo says, oh my god, I'm not seeing your PNG tuber yet. That's so good. Thank you. It's me. It's me. Hi, hello. That's me. Anyway, we have a request for an affirmation from Mesh. Thank you much. I'm gonna try and randomize the affirmation deck. I can't remember which one we used last time, so let's... PNG tuber, that's just live face cam footage of Sammy. Yeah, it is completely normal that my arms do not move while I'm painting it. You can see my hands moving on screen. That's fine. That's normal. Don't even worry about it. Anyways, we used one of them, says Mesh. I'm pretty sure we had 2 affirmation redeems last stream, so to be honest, I'll probably end up using one now and then the other one next. So here's our deck of affirmations, which I am again going to randomize and hope that we don't end up with the same one that we had last time. Not because it wasn't a good affirmation, but because there are so many good affirmations in this deck. They're very this is a good deck of happy little cards. I'm so bad at shuffling. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. Randomize. Alright, and I'm just going to pull a card, and we'll see what sort of affirmation we got today. I mean, they're all positive and very cute, so I hope you like something that is vampiric or vampire adjacent, and it's, And it's very true. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be loved. Remember this. Internalize it. It is very, very, very true. Please enjoy this affirmation. And remember this. Because you do. Okay? Okay. That was affirmation time. Thank you for joining. Anyways. I love this deck. I don't know whether or not that this deck is still available. I can see if I can get a link to the artist. I know they like just moved to France and it was quite an adventure getting there, so I don't know whether the shop is open at the moment, but I'm gonna... Camera. Don't you dare. Don't you dare, Mr. Camera. Heck. Anyways, but yes. Oh, did we get a second affirmation redeem? Oh my god, okay. You're mostly just cutting, which is something to watch out for in card tricks. The magician is pretending to shuffle while actually just repeatedly cutting the deck. They need the card order to remain. I'm not trying to do a magic trick. I don't want them to get all sort of like bent and out of shape. Cause they're really nice. They're beautiful cards. Anyways, Elgato T camera, don't you dare switch off. We are streaming, and we're streaming something very important as well, because these are affirmations. And I want to give you some nice, happy gubbins. Anyways, this one's for Neo, but obviously any of these affirmations go for absolutely everyone in the chat. We love you. Thanks for warning us of Sammy trying to scam us. No! I promise I'm not. Like, why would I be scamming you with kind words to tell you that, you know, you should love and value yourself and that self-care is important and that, you know, you have good things to bring the world. Lighthouse Rainbow, oh my god, where can I buy that? Asks Neo. Okay, once we've done our affirmations, I will get a link to, Illa's Story is the name of the artist. I will get a link to them in the chat very shortly. But first we've got to shuffle this up, and then we've got to get you a card. Okay. We have a card. And today's card is Follow Your Passion. And you know, I think that's a lovely sentiment. Sorry for derailing, says Neo. No, not at all. That's absolutely fine. Anyways, this is you know, this is something I need to remind myself of quite a bit as well. I set out like almost a year ago when I hit 40 to like, okay, this is the numerical decade that I'm gonna actually kind of make some of the things that I want to be doing with my life happen. And then I just was really tired all the time and didn't do it. And my birthday's coming up in a few weeks. So this is a good reminder that, you know, I should get on that. So, yeah, watch this space, I guess. And for all of you as well, do find time to do things that bring you joy. Find time to do things that you're passionate about. Even if it's not like your vocation or your job or whatever, just do it. Like, you know, do it. It will make your life good, or it's important. Anyways, Sorry, we're just catching up with chat. Mesh says, and this is the perfect segue to our favorite segment of the stream, Sammy's Crime Corner. Today's topic: how to scam viewers with kind words. Yeah, I'm gonna scam you into believing in yourselves and pursuing your joys and loving yourselves. Oh no, such a hardship. Neo says, Sammy, you have no idea how much... Chat, stop scrolling away while I'm reading. No idea how much I needed the affirmation cards today. Thank you so much for adding these redeems. You know, I had these in my house, and I was just like, it would be nice to just have, like, a moment to just talk, you know, sort of nice, good things time. Currently working through a breakup and trying to sort out my future career, so these cards are hecking perfect. I'm so glad that we could we could bring this to you then, and I hope that all of that stuff goes well, and that these new beginnings are good, wonderful new beginnings for you. Very exciting times. Very exciting times. Much love. Much love to everyone in chat. And thank you for that. Just do it. Nike, the goddess of victory, says Samantha. Hell yeah. Oh, speaking of do it, that's something that I did earlier this week. So on Tuesday, it was my moderator/spouse's birthday. And it fortuitously, so freaking fortuitously, it just so happened that our local cinema was putting on an anniversary screening of Revenge of the Sith, Star Wars Episode 3. My moderator/spouse, a very Star Warsian man, had never seen Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, in the cinema. So we went to see Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith in the cinema. And it was super fun, and I had a great time, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun movie. Obviously, we know what the prequels lead into. So it's also very sad. Obviously, I'd seen it before, but I hadn't seen it in quite a long time. And, anyways, yeah. Anywho. Mash says, how dare, I can't believe you actually admitted to this heinous crime. Samantha says, Sammy is queer, therefore it is legal for them to crime. Hell yeah! Oh, goodness. Samantha says, I'm glad Sledge got to see it on his birthday, but surely they should have done that screening on the 5th of May. Star Wars Day, Boxing Day, of course. Anyways. I was happy we got to do it on his birthday. It was really nice. I also baked a cake. Revenge of the 5th. Of course it is, Samantha. Thank you. Revenge of the 5th. Oh my goodness. Just getting a link to the... just getting a link to the shop of the person. Where is a link to their... Okay, so here's their Instagram. And then there's a link to the shop there, so I will pop that in the chat. This is the artist that made these lovely affirmation decks that we've been using. I have no idea whether or not they currently have them for sale, but they do all kinds of really cool stuff. They did a series of like enamel pins of like pride flag lighthouses that were really cute as well. Yeah, very, very cool, cute art. Neat person, people, situation, things. And yeah, anyways, as for me, it's Hollow Knight Art Month. Oh my god, it's so hot in here. Why is it so hot in this room? I've got the curtain closed so like the sun isn't coming in, but the window is open. It is... Are we allowed to steal your decks? Please don't steal my decks. I mean, you can, assuming they have them for sale, you can get your own, and if they don't currently have them for sale, you can probably get notified when they come back in stock, because they may restock them if they're not available at the moment. Yeah. Anyways. I want to follow your crime footsteps. No. Anyways. Speaking of things, I don't know exactly when stream is going to end, but I am going to have to raid and run when stream ends because there are municipal elections happening in my municipality today. And as soon as moderator/spouse comes home, I'm going to get up, get changed, go finish stream, go raid someone, grab my ID, and go vote. So, yeah, anyways. Good news, they are currently in stock, says Neo. Oh, hell yeah! That's awesome! Love that for y'all. Anywho, that's really good. Glad to hear it. Anyways. Right. So Samantha says, "Woo! Time to municipally end the tyranny of whomever is in power." Well, that's the fun of that's the fun of municipal elections, is that if you don't read the local newspapers, and I don't read the local newspapers because the local newspaper is by and large like just kind of terrible these days. Like the local news articles I see will always be things like, the airport bus service is canceled. And I'm like, what? And then, you know, because, like, the headline makes it sound like the airport bus service, like the bus that runs every 20 minutes or so from here to the nearest airport. Well, not the nearest airport, but the nearest airport that counts. You know, you actually get, it sounds like they're just no longer running that bus. And then you get into the article, and actually, no, it's not that the airport bus service has been canceled. It's that the 10:15 from Gloucester Green has been canceled, and the next bus is at 10:25. And you're like, is that it? Is that they're just not running a single bus? And the next bus is 10 minutes later, and they make a news article about this. Every ding dang time I see this headline, I'm like, oh god, how the hell am I going to get to the airport next time I have to fly anywhere? And it's literally just they've canceled like one bus service. And it's not the kind of bus service where, like, you book a seat at a, you know, it's not like a train or anything where there's, like, the specific time service and you book a seat and you have to get on that. No, it's like if one is late, or if you're late, or you just hop on whichever one, like a regular bus, and you buy a ticket. And then the bus goes to the place. Like, it doesn't matter. You know, and presumably you're planning to get to the airport with, like, you know, between 1 and 3 hours before your flight, depending on where you're going. So, like, if you miss a bus or one bus service isn't running, it runs frequently enough that it does not matter. You'll still get there with plenty of time to get to your gate and be bored, nose around at Boots and buy an overpriced single-use camera. You know, all the fun things you like to do at the airport. It's just, it's stupid. It's so stupid. Anyways. So yeah, my point is, I don't really read the local paper because most of it is just stuff like that. Did the airport bus service say a slur, Samantha? I certainly hope not. Because I need to use it. And I wouldn't want to support it if it did. Nearest relevant airport. Well, I mean, technically there is an airport just sort of, I think, north of my city. But it's like, it's not an airport that flies anywhere I would ever need to. I don't actually know where it flies, but I feel like it doesn't really fly like, it's one of those, like, who actually uses that airport? Because does it go anywhere? They also, I think, vaguely tried to brand it as, like, London Oxford Airport, and it's like, at some point you have to admit that other places in the country exist. They did this with an airport that's, like, way out in Kent as well, I remember, that was, like, in a tiny town, and they were like, oh yeah, it's like London blah 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 airport, and I'm like, yeah, oh yeah, Oxford Airport's not even in Oxford. It's in, like, what, Kidlington, maybe? I don't know. Anyways, London Oxford Airport, not in London, not in Oxford, says Samantha. Yeah, exactly. Precisely. Like, what are you doing? Like, anyways, I say relevant airport because London Oxford Airport doesn't fly to anywhere that I go. that I would fly to that I know of. Certainly anytime I've tried to look up flights, like we're thinking of going to Sweden for a few days this summer. And, we're not going to be flying from London Oxford Airport because there's no way it goes to Sweden. It's one of those pokey little local airports. Anyways, I do like a pokey little local airport, don't get me wrong, because large airports are overwhelming and, overcrowded and scary and mean. Too many places that want you to buy stuff. They should move the airport to Bicester. That would really confuse people. No one will ever find it. Oh, Bicester. For anyone who doesn't know, Bister is pronounced Bister, but it's spelled B-I... B-I-C-E-S-T-E-R. Bister. Not Bicester. I love England. Anyways, I'm going to grab my paints real quick because I've just realized they're on the other side of the room. We are painting today. It's Hollow Knight Art Month. It's Hollow Knight Art Month. Get a load of this, little friend. Bye, sister, says Mesh. Got it. Yeah, you got it. You got there. This is the grubby that we're painting today. Because the first word on the Hollow Knight Art Month prompt list is grub. So I get to paint a grubby. Hello, grubby. Okay, I want these paints. And I don't know what these paints are, but maybe I want these ones also. We'll see in a minute. What are you? Oh no, I'm knocking over some other paint. Precarious piles of paint stuff falling all over the place. Okay, yeah, good. Okay. We have our traditional Hollow Knight art paints. Good stuff. Bicester, pronounced as such, is the town built bisexuals. Town built by bisexual. That's hard to say. By bisexuals for bisexuals. We got there. Okay, fantastic. We did it. Yay. I want to go to there. That sounds like a fun city. Anyways, so that you can see which paints have gotten a lot of use in previous Hollow Knight Art Months, which is basically the only time I seem to use this palette, and it's because so many backgrounds and features are like purplish black and gray or bluish black and gray, so I end up using a lot of these. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and almost no green and yellow. Because honestly, these greens and yellows are a little bit too muddy to really work properly in like the gardeny sections, like the Queen's Gardens and Green Path and that kind of thing. And the yellow is way too sort of like murky and brownish to work in like the Hive, which is actually quite sort of bright yellow and orange. Bye bisexuals. Smash. Built bisexuals for sexuals. It's a sex town. Oh boy. No, that's there's a song by Sparks called Sextown USA. I think that was definitely built bisexuals for sexuals. I love that song, by the way. I am a Sparks enjoyer, and that's a good one. Sextown USA, we can go here and Sextown USA. Anyways, this is a cozy stream. And I'm singing Sextown USA. Wait, built bisexuals for sexuals, only foursomes allowed. That is a very specific community of very specific polycules. I feel like... I don't know what I feel like. Anyways. I enjoy that we went from a reasonably sized town somewhat near where I live that's mostly known for its like luxury outlet mall, to just a land for bisexuals, to the music of Sparks, to a weird polycule community. What a fun journey. Anyways, Hollow Knight. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's this little indie video game that's like just come out, and I'm really excited to get to know it better. Bicester Village, innit? Oh yes, sorry, of course. Bister's a village, according to the doodad. You know, the ding-dong. Well, posh that is. I have never been to Bicester Village. I have looked at the... We're also using these very Hollow Knight colors, because I do find that the backgrounds of a lot of the paintings do get quite sort of colorful and interesting, and this is absolutely the color of grub, so this will work really well. But I've never actually been to Bicester Village, land of supposedly less expensive luxury goods. I find the like, luxury outlet mall experience weird, and it's not really for me. Mostly because I don't really value, like, designer goods particularly. I value, like, quality goods when I can afford them. But if I were to, like, choose to purchase, like, a quality good, it wouldn't be necessarily something that may well be the same level of, like, low quality as anything else. It just has a designer logo slapped on it. I would rather get something, like, directly from a person who makes these things by hand, you know what I mean? If I'm going to spend that kind of money on something, and I rarely do, it's going to be from, like, an artisan. Anyways. Samantha says, the main thing I remember about Vista Village is being an undiagnosed ADHD kid and being bored out of my mind, being dragged around terrible shops with nothing interesting in them. I feel like you have to be interested in things like, I don't know, leather handbags and I don't know, what else do they like to sell? Shoes probably, like nice, uncomfortable, nice shoes. You know, that kind of thing. Also, fudge shop that stepping near leads to such a cloying, icky, sweet vapor in the air that it made me ill. Oh, the joys of the old fudge kitchen. I don't know if it's fudge kitchen, but I was in Bath a couple of days ago and there was a fudge kitchen there. I didn't get near enough to know whether or not it was very fudge scented though. I believe there are some places that, why do people pay more for shoes that actively hate you, asks Samantha. I've never understood this. It's one of those things where, like, stereotypically, supposedly, like, girls are supposed to be like, oh my god, I love shoes so much. That was, like, the stereotype when I was younger, was like, girls love shoes and handbags. And my shoe priority is, like, feet be comfortable and not too warm. Which basically means that I'm wearing, like, the same pair of canvas slip-ons for most of the year. And then when it's too cold to wear canvas slip-ons, I'm wearing Adidas Gazelles, because they're the shoes that I find, they're my safe shoes. Can I post clips or will I get bonked? I don't know how to let you post a link, but you can send me a link and then I can post the link. Does that make sense? Because I would like to, if there was something clippable, I would love to know. I don't know what I've done, but thank you. My shoe priority is wearing them as little as possible, says Samantha. That's a mood. I mean, I do have house slippers now that I'm, like, an old person. I've really come to enjoy the fine Japanese tradition of taking off your outdoor shoes when you come inside the house and putting on your, like, indoor slippies. I love my indoor slippies, but also it means that if I haven't hoovered yet this week, I don't notice as much if I'm wearing slippies. And I hate hoovering. Neo says, I forgot how calming it is to watch someone paint. Is this a calm experience? Thank you. Anyways, I've masked off our little guy here because I want to input some backgroundy gubbins. Nesh says, you're welcome. Should I be scared? Should I be scared? We've got a link for a clip. Thank you so much for clipping. I do appreciate a clippy situation. I don't know whether or not I should, but oh boy. Okay, well, I'm gonna see what this is all about, I suppose. What have I done? It's loading. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Go. The website is having a moment. Okay, fun. Anyways. Oh, the window's muted. Sextown, USA. Anyways, this is a cozy stream. Oh no! And I'm singing Sextown, USA. Oh no! Anyways, Thank you. Has the link to this year's prompt list been posted? Ooh, for Hollow Knight Art Month. One moment. HollowKnightArtMonth.com. Well, technically HollowKnightAM.com. HollowKnightAM.com. Today's word is grub. So we're painting a little grubby. And as soon as this grubby gubbins is dry, I will start putting the background. So I should probably introduce what the story of this piece is all about. Can we have this as a sub-alert or something silly like that, or a point redeem? I will figure out how to do that when the stream is done, Mesh. Yes, we can. Because I love you guys, I will do that. Anyways, 100%, if you like Hollow Knight and or making art, and you want to participate in Hollow Knight Art Month, you can do that. The prompt list is in the chat, HollowKnightAM.com, and it's got instructions for like how to do it, what the prompts are for the 31 days of the month, and also what hashtags to use if you post things, and where you can post them. And I mean, it's your art, you can do whatever you want. But if you want the praise of the official Hollow Knight Art Month person, there's linkage on how to do that and where. There it is, once again being run by wonderful friend of the channel Kirsty, who's a very, very cool person and keeps giving us interesting words to paint. I don't want to spoiler too many of the subsequent days, but I have drawn about 12. I've done 12 like vague sketches, and I say vague sketches because I'm going to be improvising the backgrounds as much as I can. And keeping them hopefully relatively simple and straightforward. Kirsty, I hardly know her, says Matt. Oh my god. But I will show. I just want to. Okay, this is one that I had in my mind quite quickly. This is day 3. The word was guardian, and I was like, I need to do the enraged guardian specifically. When you're fighting the crystal / enraged guardian, this little critter does a little angry dance, and then like lasers shoot everywhere, and the little angry dance reminds me so much of when Animal Crossing villagers get mad. And so I was like, okay, what if I have him doing the little like Animal Crossing villagers mad angry stomp with a little plume of steam coming out of his head. And so that's what I've drawn, and I'm gonna put some like Animal Crossing looking trees and stuff in the background. I'm very excited. Yeah, it's very tantrum. It's a very tantrum moment. Not a single silk or song on the whole list. You want to bet? There isn't. One of the words is for sure skong. One of the prompt words is definitely skong. Anyways, hi Sparkling. Hello. How's it going? It's lovely to see you. Welcome. Hello. I will tell you, I am, I think about maybe 12 prompts in terms of like having ideas and sketches for what we're gonna do for them. I'm currently stuck on 14. Let me just pop up the list. Did you accidentally hit the guardian with your bug net one too many times, says Samantha? I think I maybe did. Listen, I thought he had a flea. I was trying to help, and now he's mad at me. Alright, allergies kicking my butt, says Sparkling. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I hope that whatever you're allergic to clears away and leaves you alone and gives you some peace. Hold up. Bear with. This is my Instagram, by the way. I don't post here often enough these days, but here's some art that I realized quite recently that I had made prints of this like a year and a half ago and just never posted them in my shop. So they're in my shop now, if you want prints of this specific artwork of the little gnome husbands. Exclamation mark shop in the chat. By the way, for anyone who's here because of Hollow Knight, I do also have limited edition Hollow Knight art prints. So that's a thing you can get also. Anyways, but enough about that. So here's the prompt list that we're working from today. I'm currently stuck on what the heck to do for day number 14, Fluke, because everything about Fluke anything is so gross. I don't know how to make it cute. I don't know what to do with this. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be a weird day. It might just be the little guy, like, seeing the fluke farm and noping out and be like, you know, I don't need this. I don't need to do this fight. I'm just gonna, why don't I just leave? I don't need to 100% this game. I could just leave. So who knows what's gonna happen there. I haven't really thought much about any of the ones in this column because I didn't get ahead of doing things as much as I thought I would. So instead of cute, go horny and draw the alluring god of motherhood. Oh god, that's so, Samantha, that's so cursed. That's so cursed. I know that's how she's described in the game, but if you haven't seen the fluke marm, oh, Biddle boy, I would not describe her as alluring. There is a part of me that's genuinely tempted to somehow draw the fluke marm and just give her, like, long, like, 1940s femme fatale style hair and, like, lipstick and eyelashes or something. And just lean into the fact that they use the word alluring, but it will be the most cursed artwork I've ever produced. For sure. Hands down, 100%. I hate that I said it out loud. Horrifying. Just literally the worst. Should not exist. But here we are. Anyways. Okay, I think the masking fluid is tacky, but I think it's just gonna be tacky. And, you know, that's fine. It's okay to be, you know, like, it's, the masking fluid, it may be cringe, but it's free. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm nearly out of rhubarb. I do have backup beverages, by the way, when I run out of rhubarb. I have plain old water. Well, I mean, not quite plain old water. It's sassy water, because it's got Deadpool on it. It is actually, it's not this alkaline water, which is nonsense. Alkaline water is nonsense. It doesn't do anything. And I also have a can of Solo, which is orangey and delicious. But first, so my thinking for this piece is that this little guy has been rescued, and now he is on an adventure. He's on his way home to his grub family. And he is passing through, like, one of the dark areas of Deep Nest. So that gives me an excuse to basically paint most of the piece, like, quite dark. And, I might actually get, like, use just, like, black ink or something and just have, like, just a little field of illumination sort of in front of him. Because he's got his little lantern here to light the way. But what I will do is sort of a background layer, because actually I remembered Deep Nest as being a bit more black and white than it is, but actually if we look at these images of Deep Nest here, it's quite sort of like a warm blue sort of gray. So a grub in Deep Nest, are we sure it's really a grub? Says Samantha, yes. This is just a sweet little grubby, it's fine. Anyways, I might need some actual, like, black paint for this. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see. I do have a tiny glob of neutral tint on this palette still, but I think what I'll do first is I'm going to take a bit of, what's it called? Is it cornflower? I'm going to take cornflower, and then I'm going to add some of the, like, dark purple to it. These paint pans are so dry. Like, the pan itself feels... I don't know what this paint is made of, but the pan itself feels, like, chalky. It's weird. Don't know what's up with that. Oh, good. I just splooshed a bit onto the canvas. That's fine. That doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine. Genuinely does not matter at all. Because that's going to get covered up quite darkly anyways. So I'm not concerned about that. And then I'm going to pull in some of this purplish black. Grub friend wants to meet all the spooder friends and have a friend party. And you know what? I love that for them. It's just not a sentiment that I share because spiders make a mess in my house and they don't clean up after themselves. And I'm scared of them. But respect. So it's fine. It's fine. Anyways. I'm going to pick up a little bit of, this is actually a little more, even with the purple, it's a little bit bluer than I kind of wanted it to be. So I think I'm going to pull in some of this like lavender, lilac-y hue and try and just warm up this blue a smidge. See if that helps bring back where I would like the sort of brighter background color to be. We shall see. As I say, this paint just absorbs all of the water that you put into it and just kicks out like nothing. It's wild. Anyways, I am once again trying to go, because there's 31 prompts for 31 days. I kind of want to go a bit minimalist, excuse me, minimalist, I guess, with the piece. And not... I'm kind of happy for it not to be super detailed. I'm also kind of want to be mindful of not just painting what look like they could be screen caps from the game every day. Because I feel like the last couple of years, like most of the pieces that I painted felt like they could be screen caps from the game. Obviously with sort of different tone and scenarios that you won't have seen in the game, or things that I've done differently. But like aesthetically speaking, I've got a couple of pieces already that kind of deviate from the game's screen cappy sort of format in ways that I hope will be interesting and fun. This is making my paper so... I can't ever tape down my paintings while I'm working on them, because I need to be able to like turn it and stuff, but that means that it does kind of want to take on shapes that I sometimes don't want it to. A lot of this is going to be covered up by shadow, but I want to have this as kind of the underpainting. I do a lot of underpainting in the Hollow Knight stuff just because of like the way that the environments look. The thing about come on, words. The thing about like Hollow Knight painting for me that is kind of difficult actually is the way that it trying to think outside, making it look like a screen cap from the game. I'm like, okay, well, what if I just like shift the perspective of the piece and, you know, sort of look at things from a different angle than we see in the game, because obviously it's a 2D game. My brain can't do it. I'm like, okay, so if I was the little guy and I'm walking through the City of Tears, what am I seeing as I'm moving forward through the space? Instead of me, the player, moving the character sideways through the space, as it were. And my brain can't fill it in. I'm like, no, I need references. I'm like, my imagination is garbage. It's so bad. It's so bad. Team Cherry Hollow Knight VR version when? Oh my god. That would be so, Samantha, that would be so weird. I feel like that would be so weird. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like that would be super weird. Okay, I'm gonna pick up a ton of this purplish black and a ton of the bluish black, because these are the two paints that we're going to run out of. Yay! And then I'm going to try and create sort of layers of the scene getting progressively darker as we move away from our little grubby here. Which is going to be difficult to do, and I'm really bad at doing this kind of thing, so that's going to be fun, but I want to kind of attack it while the paint is still a little bit damp. And maybe if I just have like a puddle here that's really, really watered down, to start with. And then we just kind of and then we just start painting over. And eventually, none of it will matter. There's gonna be so many layers on this piece anyways, but yeah, here we go. I'll be adding in some like set dressing and stuff as well as we go. Or once we get probably closer to like the end of things for this. There's like a little bend in the paper there that's kind of making the water pool in ways that I would rather it didn't. That's fine. Okay. You probably need to kind of need to let this dry a bit before I add more layers, but hopefully we're seeing the vision a bit. I don't know. I do want to see if I can kind of blend this out, because we've got quite a hard line at the moment, and I would rather we did not have such a hard line. So I just wet my brush and we blend it out. We blend it out. Maybe the brush was a little too wet there. We blend it out. Okay. Alright. Well, right now it looks super jank and ugly, but that's fine. Because the other thing that we do is we trust the process. That's what we do. One of the most important aspects of the artistic process, I think, is trust. Do I have it? Hopefully I do. Anyways, how's everyone's week's been? This is my first time here on stream this week. I have missed y'all, though I did have a very lovely time celebrating my moderator/spouse's birthday. We were out of town for 2 days. We visited the beautiful city of Bath. We went swimming in Bath. I finished sewing my 18th century men's shirt, finally. It took so long, but it did get done. There's pictures on the Discord. I bathed in Bath, yes, it's true, I did indeed. How could I not? Honestly, just for the pun. I would bring over my 18th century shirt so you can see it, but you wouldn't be able to see that much under the camera, so hold up. Let me show you a picture of me wearing it so you can see what it looks like. It's real silly, but it was sewn entirely by hand using like 18th century patterning and techniques and stuff, so I'm rather proud. And ignore my face, it looks like this. Yay! And it's real comfy as well. And the sleeves are nice and big and poofy. And hold on, I'll show. So this photo, which okay, anyways, this photo, very importantly, please note that the sleeve cuffs look like little coffee beans. How cute is that? I love them so much. It's very comfy, and here's a picture that my moderator slash spouse took of me at brunch. I'm wearing a little like corset-y thing over it that is really straining to contain my thunder, but but I think it pairs well. I felt very hobbity in that getup. It was very fun. And now I want to, having learned stuff from the making of that, I want to make more of them now that I have learned things from my first experience of it. I'm like, oh, I've got the bug. I want to make more. But the next thing that I am going to make is going to be a petticoat. So that'll be fun as well. Okay. Anyways, this glow fade is so far looking really janky and bad, and I kind of need this to dry out before I apply anything more to it. Otherwise, it's just going to end up looking muddy and worse. Yes. Oh, Neos is so pretty. I love the coffee beans. Hell yeah. I bought those a little while ago, not knowing what they were going to be for, and they ended up being perfect for it. Have ads run? Are ads running? I don't know. I got a warning, so we might be about to get ads. Either that or I just talked through the ads. I'm not sure. I try not to talk. Oh no, did I talk through the ads? Oh no, I thought it was the ads are coming warning, but I think it was just the ads. I don't know now. Anyways. Oh heck, if there were ads, I'm really sorry. If ads do run at any point in the next like minute or two, and they haven't run, I don't know at this point, because I missed it. But if ads start to run, I'll just go to BRB. I'm really sorry. Oh god. I don't stream like once, and I suddenly forget how to stream. Anyways, okay, ads are running. BRB! Oh my god, I'm such a dingus. I was in such a hurry to hit the BRB screen so that anyone who got kicked into ads didn't miss anything, that I forgot to mute the mic, so you may have heard me, like, typing if you were here during the ads. Oh my gosh, what a ding-dong. Oh, so silly, so silly. Whatever. Sorry about that. I did end up going to the kitchen. I was going to go get the tea that I had made before stream, but somehow, improbably, that tea is still hot. It's still hot, and it's too hot. And it's not ready for me to drink yet because it's still hot. So anyways, I noticed that a bit of paint had dribbled onto the surface here, so I have I got rid of that. I've just dabbed it with my blotting tissue, and we're back. Hello. Hi everybody. Very, very sorry about that. But let me impose some more shadow onto this landscape. I may end up just bringing some like black or like dark gray in to create the sort of more shadowy bits of the landscape, because I do want this to be fading into very, very darkness, because there are some very dark areas and rooms in Deep Nest, and I'm also running out of this paint color that I so carefully blended together. So I might end up just using some like gray as things fade away into the darkness. There are some areas of the game, of course, because you do at some point get or can get a lantern that helps you see in the dark. So there are areas that if you try and pass into them before you have the lantern, it's really difficult to see anything. So yeah, okay, Neo wants to know about tea, sure. So, tea, I have 2 teas today, though I don't have them with me because they're still too hot, because it's iced tea season, in as much as it has darks make the brights look brighter also. Absolutely, 100%. We want the full darkness. This is going to be a very contrasty piece, I hope, when it's done. Anyways, I'm opening a non-tea beverage right now because my teas are still in the other room because they're too hot because it's iced tea season. And when I make iced teas, generally I prefer gots to have your handy Lumaflies, says Samantha. Yes, wholeheartedly agree. So I have made 2 teas. They are both herbal teas. I have just a straight ahead like mint blend. It's spearmint and peppermint. And I have pineapple mint. I have the last of this bag of pineapple mint, which always makes me really sad because it's discontinued. But every once in a while they bring it back as like a special release, and I always buy a massive bag of it. So I do have backups. But it's delicious. Anyways, yeah. This is so there is a tea that I actually like quite a lot, which is real silly. Marks and Spencer's do a like bottled lemon iced tea, and it reminds me of like the iced tea that I used to drink when I was a youngin', except not as like insanely sugary as I'm sure that is actually. And it actually does kind of taste like black tea, which is nice though. My experience of like iced black tea is that you have to kind of not mind the like tannins in tea, and that's what gives tea tannins are the like the compound that gives it an astringency. If you've ever had a tea that kind of feels like even though you just took a sip it dries your mouth out a little bit, that's an astringent tea. And some people really like a bit of astringency in tea. Some people really like it to be as not astringent as possible. I don't mind a little bit of that, but I find sometimes that making iced tea can kind of amplify that astringency. And sometimes to an extent that it becomes not very pleasant, depending on the tea. So I tend to, if I'm having like cold teas in the house, they tend to be, maybe a green tea, but more often than not like an herbal tea of some kind. But that being said, I do really like this Marks and Spencer's lemon iced tea. So silly, but hey. When I was growing up, iced tea came in like granules that you would dissolve in a glass of water. That was our iced tea, and we loved it. Do they still make that? I don't know. I should ask my family in Canada that they still make iced tea granules. Which I guess is just tea that they like. It's like instant coffee, but for tea, I guess. I don't know. Probably with an absolute butt ton of sugar or sweetener added to it. Anyways, currently I'm drinking Solo, which is an orange soda type fizzy drink. I like it. It's not my favorite orange fizzy drink, which is, it's just called Squash. It's made by Tuborg in Denmark, and it's very hard to find here. So I take what I can get. Do I needs another paints? I feel like I needs another paints. Hold up a second. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Is it you? There is a paint in here. It might be this one. Oh ho ho ho! 'Tis. It is the most exciting paint with the most exciting paint color that I know. Neutral tint. Everyone's favorite color. Neutral tint. Is neutral tint anyone's favorite paint color, I wonder? In, you know, especially like as a watercolorist in the grand exciting world of your like quinacridone golds and magentas, viridians, oh, what's it called? Alizarin crimson. I was trying to remember the word alizarin and my brain just went azithromycin. I'm like, no, azithromycin is a drug. You know this. It's relevant to your day job. You're thinking of azithromycin crimson. Anyways. I know the names of so many medicines. Do I remember what all of them do? No. There's too many. Anyways, but yeah. What are we doing? Okay. So I'm going to take a little, I don't work with liquid watercolors very often, but I just so happen to have this one in a tube. So, you know, like it works. I'm gonna bring it down to a nice, I don't know, what would I call this texture? Like semi-skimmed milk? The best color is blue. This is objective fact, says Samantha. Well, who am I to argue with facts? I wouldn't dare argue with facts. So I guess that must be true. Thank you. I do love a blue situation. I do like a lot of blues. I don't wear as much blue as I probably should. I feel like blue is a good color for me to wear, but I don't wear it super often. I like brown. I like browns. Tals, hello! Happy 1st of Hollow Knight Art Month to you. Happy first day of Hollow Knight Art Month to you too. I hope you're having a lovely grubby day. We are drawing our little grubby going on an adventure through Deep Nest, or what will eventually look like Deep Nest, I hope. And I'm just trying to get sort of glazes of increasingly dark background as our little grubby here on their way home from having been rescued from their little grub jar is making their way back through Deep Nest to go home to their little grub family, their grub dad and their little grub siblings, whom I'm sure they miss dearly. But you know, they're an intrepid adventurer, and they want to get some interesting sights in on the way, I am sure. Love that for them. So they're like this, they've got a little rucksack on. This grub is here for some adventure. Like, they're cool with that. They're having a great time, I think. Anyways, how are you? How are you doing? It's lovely to see you. Welcome in. How's your week been, etc., etc. I am so uncomfortably warm. I am questioning at this point whether I'm gonna need to start bringing like an electric fan into the room with me. If it keeps being, though the weather isn't supposed to stay this hot, I don't believe. I think it's gonna be simmering down a touch by the weekend, which I hope that it does, because right now it's real sweaty. And I have to go out, as soon as stream's done, I have to go walkies. I have to go walk to my local polling station to vote. Because, you know, voting is important, and I believe in votes. Vote good. So, if you're having a municipal election today, I don't know whether or not other municipal... That's a hard word to say. Municipalities. I don't know if other municipalities in my country are having votes today. Anyways, I love that rucksack became an English word, says Neo. I think it's a great word. And I like using it. So I agree. Tal says, I've been wearing shorts and had a fan on at night for sleeping. It is very warm. Yes, wholeheartedly agree. I'm in pajamas, basically. Well, technically loungewear. I'm just wearing a very neutral tint sleeveless gray top, which is a little see-through apparently, and some floral pajam jam trousers that are very like loose and lightweight. Vote early, vote often, says Tells. Wholeheartedly agree. Neo says, thank you for using your reach to advocate democracy. Of course. I am a firm believer in the importance of voting. If you also have elections, remember, don't vote for the evil parties. I mean, I don't know who's standing in other people's municipal elections, so like I can't really endorse any candidates. But certainly I will be voting in favor of parties that, you know, I feel like have actual people's best interests at heart and not the Garbo parties who, I don't know, probably do want to disenfranchise me and my friends specifically. Because, you know, as a queer immigrant, I kind of have a vested interest in being nice to queer people and immigrants. Anyways. And even if I wasn't, I would still have a vested interest in being nice to queer people and immigrants, because I'm not an asshole. Anyways, pardon my French. So that's that. So I will likely be taking off pretty much as soon as my moderator / spouse gets here, in order to go do that. This paint is so sticky. So sticky! There we go. Okay. I have made... bent. Me looking at UK parties that don't want to remove my rights. Our list of allies grows to... Oh, don't get me started, because I'm gonna get mad, and I don't want to get mad on stream today. I really don't. It's Hollow Knight Art Month, but... I can't. Because I don't want to cry or swear too much on stream. But if you've seen my Blue Sky feed, you've probably seen some indications as to my feelings. Anyways. Fun fact, actually no one benefits from being bad to queer people and immigrants. Hashtag always fact check, says Neo. It's true! It's very true! It's very true. We should be in this together, damn it. Okay. I realize this is still wet, but I'm gonna add more paint on top of it, because I want to get on with it. I mean, I could conceivably have let this dry down a little bit longer. And, started working on painting number 2 for tomorrow. Tomorrow's prompt word is Queen's Gardens. Queen's Gardens, as I, for some reason, say in my head a lot. Oh, I like how this color is sitting here. That looks so gorge. That's so freaking pretty. That is looking really, really nice. I'm liking what it's doing right now. Okay. Anyways, Queen's Gardens is tomorrow's prompt word. And I'm trying to focus on being able to and thinking of and getting to do stuff that I haven't painted before, which is proving to be a fun and interesting challenge, just trying to remember like bits of lore and like side characters and things you encounter once and areas that I've forgotten about in the game. So that is proving to be a really, really fun challenge. But I will show you what I have sketched for tomorrow. Because very fun. This is a pair of characters that you encounter that like spirits in the Queen's Gardens, and their names are Caliph and Farah Orthop. And I just thought they were really sweet. So here they are, going on a little tour of the Queen's Gardens. They've got their map out and they're trying to decide which way to go. So that's tomorrow's piece. Because I was just going through the characters and I was like, I don't really remember anything about these characters. And then I looked at them and I was like, oh, they're good. I love the Lego flowers on screen. Ooh, we built these on stream, in fact. I'm going to blend this out real quick and then I will, let me show you. So we did... Was it last week or a couple weeks ago that we did the Lego Animal Crossing set? And the other one we had done previously, and it just hangs out on the desk now, as you do. Anyways, if you go through the various, like, Kickstarter-backed, Hollow Knight characters, there are some quite fun named ones, and I like the name of these ones because it's like, I think Califera orthopits is the name of like the scientific name of the bug that they look like, which I think is quite cool. Characters holding the map in their hands is the best, says Neo. I just think it's real stinking cute. I think it's fun. Glad you approve. Anyways, let me show you these. This is actually 2 Lego sets that have been... one of which is broken. Because I didn't realize that would happen if I tried to pick them up. Anyways, this is Maple's flower garden, which we built on stream a little while ago. There's Maple. She's got her little, like, pumpkin patch. And then we have some pieces of Lego set that fell apart on the floor. Hold on, let me grab them. Let me grab them. Everything's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. It's fine. Anyways. The other character whose name I hadn't twigged, but there was a character named... Did it go this way before? I don't remember. It does now. There's a character in, like, the Spirits Glade that's called, like, Dr. Shagax, and it's like, oh, like Chagas disease, like Dr. Chagas, who discovered the bug that gives you Chagas disease, which in a British accent really sounds like Shagger's disease, like someone who'd shagged too much and got a disease from it, which, I mean, fair. Anyways, this is the other set. This is Celeste's observatory. She's got her little book of star chart. I can hopefully maybe show you the star chart that she's reading. There's her little star chart. There's Celeste. Isn't she beautiful? And she's got her telescope here. She's got some tea and snacks in case she needs them. The moon has landed. It's like the movie Moonfall, I think. I don't know. Was that a movie? I feel like that was a movie, and I feel like it was stupid. And then there's some other gubbins. Anyways, let me pop her back into her little observatory space. Okay, there we go. All right. Cool. Anyways, I cannot just hear Shy Guy in a very mumbled way. Oh dear. Oh dear. Speaking of Shy Guys, I've been playing a lot of Mario Kart lately. You will no doubt be shocked to learn. Can you believe to learn to know? My Mario Kart main is Waluigi. Could you have guessed that? I don't know. Like, I feel like Waluigi is a very predictable choice for me, but I honestly don't know, because sometimes I'm surprised by other people's assumptions about me. I'm like, wait, you think I do what? Oh, okay. Well, nope. Anyways, I think we're about to be entering into the area with this piece where it's pretty much just total darkness. Which I love for me. Because it means I don't need to paint in any details. Anyways. But hopefully also I've picked up enough paint. I would like this to dry down just a little bit because there's a lot of wet happening here. And if I try and add more paint on top of it, I'm afraid that it's just going to, like, take off the paint underneath. So I'm going to bring Caliph and Farah in for a second. And I'm going to just... oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if that jump scared anyone. Do we need out from shops? My moderator / spouse just asked if we're doing lentil salad tonight. We're not. We're having coleslaw. It's in the fridge right now. It's like a vinaigrette coleslaw. And it's a recipe that comes from the 1980s that I've been making since, like, forever. It's from one of my mother's Canadian living cookbooks, and it's great. So I'm excited for that. But also, crucially, it comes straight out of the fridge, and it's cold, which is exactly what I want on a day like today. And, Well, I mean, I'll be honest, that's the most important thing. Anyways, thank you for the hydrate and the posture check. I'm gonna do like a proper stretch for that. Thank you, Neo. I'm gonna stretch to the right. I'm gonna stretch to the left. I am lengthening my spine. I've got my arms way up over my head, shoulders getting as close to my earlobes as I can. Oh, and then I'm gonna release and bring my arms down nice and slow, still lengthening my spine. And re-shrimp. Oh, okay, that's better. Thank you very much. And I will also take a sip of my solo. Refreshing. I'm trying really hard to drink enough water. I had to go for a walk in partially some direct sunlight on Tuesday around the most sunny time of day, which in this country is like, in the summer, it's around 5 p.m. It's god-awful. And I felt so gross. I felt so gross as a consequence of like spending an hour walking partially in sunlight outdoors. That I just woke up on Wednesday morning and was like, I feel like I'm gonna die. I can't do it. And so all I did on Wednesday was stay home, do computery things, and just mainline as much water as I could get into my body. Anyways, Neo wants to know about coffee as well, so I'll talk about coffee in just a second, because I'm going to take a sip of my just plain old water as well. Right, okay. So, I have two things to say about coffee. Number one, I just recently finished a bag of coffee that was made with some lovely, it was a washed coffee with some lovely beans from Myanmar. Very delicious. So nice. Little bit of dried fruitiness, little bit of cocoa-iness, but not like massive cocoa, just smooth. Just so nice. So nice. It's the first coffee I've had that was grown in Myanmar. Gazillion out of 10. Do recommend. It was great. Myanmar grows really good coffee, turns out. Anyways, what's the other thing I wanted to say about coffee? Oh yeah, speaking of water, I don't know if y'all are this serious about like, some people who are very serious about coffee are also very serious about like the water that they use to make coffee. They're like, oh, you can't just use tap water to make your coffee if you want it to be good. They have like, you can get like water conditioning tablets to like make sure that your water is an appropriate, like, sort of somewhere on whatever the most hardness scale of water is to have the best coffee. And as much as I enjoy sort of the granularity of the coffee making experience and the nerdiness about it, I just can't get into like specialty water filtering and specialty like buying expensive water specifically to make coffee with. I can't imagine it's that much better than the already delicious coffee that I'm making just by buying good coffee beans and brewing them well. Like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I just don't have it in me to get that granular. Maybe I'm just not there yet. Maybe I'll get there someday, but I'm not there right now. No, anyways. Neo says, oh, y'all. You know what I recently fell in love with? Libraries. I love that for you. I really do. Best free co-working spaces. Yep. Warm with soft light. Yep. Always good internet and electrics. And you get such an energy boost just feeling the productivity of the place. Yep. I wholeheartedly 100% agree. I definitely am not biased in any way, shape, or form based on the fact that I worked in a library for 12 years. Definitely not. But libraries are great. They're so important. There are super important spaces just in terms of like resources and research and learning, but also like places just to go and get stuff done. Fantastic. Wonderful. Like, places to go if you just have like a returns label you need to print and you don't have a printer at home because you never print anything. You can just ask to use one of their computers and print something. And they might charge you, like, a tiny amount of money for, like, the sheet of paper, but that's it. It's nice and easy. Libraries are the best. Support your local library. Use your local library. They probably have a butt ton of resources that, like, you didn't even know that they had for things like, for things like movies and, like, ebooks and audiobooks and, like, apps you can download for that stuff. Like, for different types of learning that you can access through your library account. It's good and it's super important. Anyways, Samantha says, genuine Deadpool bathwater bottled beverage. Thankfully, this is a reusable bottle. And I have refilled it with tap water. So it's not full of, like, whatever glittery bath bomb I am 100% sure that Deadpool uses. Because 100% he uses glittery bath bombs. Like the Lush Intergalactic whatever. Libraries are great, says Tells. I have fond memories of my mom taking me when I was little. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, programming. Libraries will have programming and stuff. Not just for kids, so they have a ton of stuff for kids, like story times and activities and crafts and classes and all kinds of cool stuff. But also for grown-ups, too. Like book clubs and board game nights and all kinds of fun stuff. Libraries rock. Libraries rock. Librarians are the coolest people. Yeah. Good. Very good. Anyways. I need to show y'all what my husband just texted me. It was... I don't know if you could tell what this is, but he just texted me this image that is just... It's just a sheet of, like, every sprite of Hornet Silk Song. This is spoilers for Skong, I guess. Anyways, get you a partner that will just send you, okay, can I just say my favorite sprite is this one? What is happening here? Is she, like, floating down using her poncho as, like, a parachute, like Princess Peach's ridiculously long jumps in Super Mario 2? She's a belle, says Roll. I love that so much. Oh man, I don't know how I'll be able to incorporate it into Hollow Knight Art Month, but I want to specifically draw this sprite. Because it's so funny, floating down like Princess Peach in Super Mario 2. Oh my god, save that, Sparkling, that's amazing! Partners who aren't Sledge, get good! Yep. Oh my goodness, it's hilarious. Shaw, says Talos. Indito, says Samantha. Yep, I love it so much. I love it. Anyways. Neo says, listen to me, you are the opposite of bias. Think of nurses, thinking of fast food waiters. If you work in a place for 12 years and you love it, that's a very good sign. I mean, it is a ringing endorsement. There were things I hated about this specific library that I worked at. But that's like any job. Just as a thing, I still 100% believe in them after. I wouldn't have stayed there that long if I didn't believe in them. Roll says we do have the prompt Silk Song. I did a drawing for Silk Song already. I've done the sketch for it. But I mean, I could do another one. I'm so tempted. That one is so funny. I'm gonna quickly thank my moderator/spouse. OMG thank he I said. Love you. Okay, anyways. It's so funny. Okay, I've spent enough time talking that, to be honest, I don't think I need to start this painting. I think I can just carry on with this one. Blur. But yeah, anyways. Oh yeah, I did also, I don't know how to, can I get it to run? Hold up. Can I get it to run? Can I get it to run? Is the question. Where's the damn website? Hold on. Can I get it to run? Sorry, I'm attempting to do something, and I'm not sure whether or not I'll be able to get it to run. Okay. I added a new sticker to stream because it's Hollow Knight Art Month, and we do have some Hollow Knight stickies. But I was like, what if? Hopefully this works.
Domo.
Hey, it works. I added a little poopy boy because he's my favorite. Anyway, so that's a thing that exists now. Just add one sprite to each day. There are enough tiles. Oh my god, what if I just hit a tiny hornet in every painting? That'd be hilarious. I kind of love that. Anyways, Sparklings is cute. Thank you. That's, I think, my third Hollow Knight stream sticky. They are a fun time. Anyways, I shall leave the rest of that voyage of discovery for discovering. And I shall do what might be the last layer of shading onto here. Ooh. Yeah, that's rich. That's nice and deep. Just like Deep Nest. Hey, see what I did? It's Deep Nest. So it needs the inky depths of deepness. Cool. And I do want it to feel like a nice inky depths. As twere. Okay. So. Here we are. Okay. I feel like this is probably, it doesn't need to be like pure black. Because, you know, like it's watercolor. You get the idea. That's the important thing. And that's pretty ding dang dark, especially for me. So I think I'm happy with that, probably. My moderator / spouse has just sent me a news article from IGN, which says, I'm just gonna pull this up now. Now he texted me, so it's on my phone. Hollow Knight Silksong will be playable in September 2025 at an Australian museum. So what does that actually mean for the actual release date? This article was posted today, written by Wesleyan Poole of IGN. It says, IGN can reveal that Hollow Knight Silksong will be playable in an Australian museum in September 2025. Okay. Silksong will be playable at the Melbourne Museum. Okay. Sorry, the we care about your privacy cookie warning came up. The Museum of Screen Culture ACMI from September 18th. As part of a video game exhibition called Game Worlds, which will also include displays that delve into the game's design and artistic direction. Ah, jeez, I want to go there. BRB booking a trip to Australia, says Tals. Oh my god, seriously. I want to go to there. That sounds cool as heck. What? That sounds cool as heck. Oh no. I want to go to there, and also I want to play Silksong. I have been so patient and being like, oh, you know, I'm happy for them to take their time. It'll come out when it's ready. It's all fine. No, that's enough of that. I'm ready. It can come out now. Please. But anyways. Let me continue. Blah, blah, blah. Some screenshots are these screenshots that we've seen? I don't know. Anyways. The co-curators, Bethan Johnson and Ginny Maxwell, commented, since Hollow Knight Silksong's initial announcement in 2019 is one of the most anticipated indie games on the planet. We're thrilled to celebrate the design of this South Australian-made game as a centerpiece of Game Worlds in September. Does that mean that it's not being released more widely before September? Is this going to be the first place that you can play it, or is it just you can also play it here? I don't know. I don't know. From the hundreds of sprites, the blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. As part of the announcement, ACMI shared a sprite sheet. Ah, that's where the sprite sheet came from. I see. One of several design elements from the game that will be on display. The image was provided to IGN with permission. Hopefully not long now until release, it says. Of course, Hollow Knight fans will be wondering what this all means for the actual release date. You'd imagine it would come out before September 18th if it's going to be playable from then to museum. Perhaps we're looking at an August launch, ? So we still don't know. Whatever the case, things are certainly ramping up in the world of Hollow Knight. Silksong made a brief appearance at Nintendo Switch 2 Direct last month, which I'm sure you'll probably have seen if you care about that kind of thing. And soon after, Team Cherry nailed down the 2025 release window. Great. The rest of it is all just stuff that we know. Team Cherry kicked off 2025 with a mysterious tease related to a chocolate cake recipe. Oh. Well, now I want cake. I made chocolate cake for my moderator/spouse's birthday, which was a Tuesday. And if I may say so myself, it was yummy. So, Shaw about that. Anyways, Silksong is like a legendary Pokemon. There's only one place to catch/play and only one opportunity to do so. No! Don't say that. No. I must maintain hope that it will actually release and it'll be soonish. You know, my birthday is the 25th of this month. That would be a really cool birthday gift, Team Cherry. Team Cherry, if you're watching this stream. You know, it'd be really, really cool and sexy of you. Just a thought. Just putting that out there. Anyways. Just trying to get there's a bit of a hard line here, so I'd love to get a little bit more of a fade, but I don't want to add too much water to it and end up having it looking weird. So I'm trying to do it with a fairly dry brush, but there is a little bit of water here, so I can kind of pick up some of that. That might be... Maybe I'll just dry you down with my tissue a smidge. Maybe that'll help. Okay. There is the concern that if I futz too much, it's going to end up making it look worse. There's always that possibility. Like now there's a weird light spot just above Grubby's head, which I don't want. And some water lines as well. Which is why I'm trying to keep my brush relatively dry. Anyways. Okay, now I'm trying to like darken this area back down and it doesn't want to. Damn it. Okay. You know what? It's a little bit weird, but I think it'll do. I think it'll do as sort of an arc of light in an otherwise fairly dark area. I think that'll do. And now I'm going to do the floor. Don't worry, says Samantha. In newer Pokemon games, if you fail at catching the one and done legendaries, they reset after you beat the Elite Four/Pantheon 5. Oh, good. You know I've only played one Pokemon game and I did not play it to completion. Which is true. I did not finish Pokemon Legends Arceus. Once I decided we'd done as much as we were going to do on stream, I was kind of like, you know, that'll do for me for this game, because I did some of the side quest stuff. Oh my god.
Oh hell yeah, Sledge Callier just subscribed. 50 months? That's almost a year.
Hello, darling. Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you for 50 months. Thank you. That scared the hell out of me. But, you know, like in a fun way. It's fine. Oh my goodness. Anyways, thank you, Sledge. I hope you're having a lovely commute home. Hope to see you soon. Incidentally, I think I did mention earlier, once moderator / spouse Twitch user Sledge Callier gets here, I will be toddling off to vote. So we may end a little bit early today, as arising from that, but we'll see. It depends on how long it takes him to get here, I suppose. But in the meantime, thank you for the sub, darling. Appreciate it very much. I do. Okay, cool. We've got floor, and we've got darkness. And once this is fully dry, I will add a vague suggestion of kind of backgroundy elements so that it feels like we're in sort of a dark area of Deep Nest, and then I will paint in our little grubby. But I think I'm going to need to give this a minute for the background to dry down before I can take off the masking fluid and finish that. Anyways, we've got... Oh my god. Samantha has given us a terrible drawing time. Okay. Oshawott fighting God. On our terrible drawing canvas. Okay, we have a new terrible drawing canvas here, so I will bring that up. For anyone who isn't familiar with the concept, terrible drawing time is just a cursed moment that happens on this stream, wherein for 5,000 channel points, I have 5 minutes or less to draw a character or concept of your choosing from memory or sight unseen on a terrible drawing canvas, which at the moment only has one thing on it, and it is this fizzy tea, which I will bring closer so you can see. It's literally just a cuppy of fizzy tea. Could you get into focus, please? Thank you. Now I have to try and draw Oshawott fighting God. Oh, good. Well, I haven't drawn Oshawott in a real long time. He does live in my house, but my memory is bad. So, will I remember how to draw Oshawott? It's anybody's guess. But as you may guess from that suggestion, Samantha knows. Bus is bad signal, so see you soon, says Sledge. Yay! I love you, Sunshine. For anyone who doesn't know, Sledge is my moderator and my spouse. Okay, so I'm going to get 5 minutes on the clock, and then I'm going to try and draw Oshawott fighting God. So that should be interesting. Here's my timer. So, 5 minutes starting now. And let's go. Okay, I'm gonna pop him over in this corner. See how sneakily I'm knocking out 2 Sammy draws the Pokédexes in a single prompt? I don't know what the Poké God looks like because I didn't finish the game, so I didn't get to the bit where if you catch them all, you fight God. That's the ending of Pokemon Legends Arceus, is you gotta catch them all, and then once you've caught them all, you get to fight God. Because, sure, why not? Anyways, I guess Oshawott is tiny. Oshawott was my main Pokemon battler for, like, the entire game. People in the chat were, like, so upset that I just would not level up my Oshawott under any circumstances. I would not under any circumstances level up my Oshawott. Do you want to know why? Because it's cute! Because he's cute, and he's perfect, and he doesn't need leveling up. Because he's perfect just the way he is. I picked Oshawott as my, like, main little guy because, my hometown was Oshawa in Ontario. That's supposed to look like a shell. It does not look... It's supposed to look like a scallop shell. It does not look like a scallop shell. I don't know how to fix it. So, it just is what it is. Does Oshawott have a tail? I think Oshawott has a tail. Oshawott has a tail now. And... I'm just gonna shade in some bits of this. There we go. Just an angry little otter creature. No evolving the starter, must stay cute and round. He didn't need. Oshawott did not need evolving. Like, he was perfect just the way he is. I have no idea what the Pokemon God looks like, because, I didn't get to the point where you fight God, and I don't remember whether or not you actually got to see it. I remember just, like, sort of a weird light that would speak to you. But I don't remember whether... I'm just gonna put... Hi, my name is God. They're wearing a name tag. Okay, there we go. I don't know if you can read this, but it says, focus. It says, Oshawa used Be Cute. It's super effective. And there's God. Oh my god! Samantha asks, is this God also played by Seth Green? Yes. Yes, it is. That's a reference I remember from a TV show I watched when I was in, like, the 9th grade. Yay! Find someone who looks at you the way Sammy looks at Oshawott. Listen, Oshawa's my boy. Oshawa is the name of the town I was born in, so how could I not choose Oshawott as my starter Pokemon in that game? And you know what? I made the right call. It was great. Samantha says, Pokemon trivia. Oshawott has the lowest base stat total of all water-type starters. And you know what? Oshawott is the best boy. The best boy, and absolutely became, like, the strongest member of my team. And I'm very proud of the things that we achieved together. There's the timer. That's terrible drawing time. So I'm gonna have to look up 2 different characters for compare and contrast purposes. As I say, I do have a little plush of Oshawott that, like, sits on my bed. In my bedroom, because I'm cool like that. So, let me look up Oshawott. Oh, I love him. He really is the cutest little guy. I just look at this little creature and I just wanna do a big hug because it's just the cutest. Just the goodest little creature that ever there was. Oh my goodness. And I'm gonna need to look up what... Oh, I would not have... I should have guessed that that's what Arceus would look like. But would I have been able to draw Arceus? Pfft. No. Alright, friends, are you prepared? Do you want to see Oshawott first or God first? I don't know. I think... Oh, let's do Oshawott first and then we'll look at Gosh. Okay. Right, so here's my attempt at Oshawa. There he is. Isn't he beautiful? Who's that Pokemon? It's Oshawott! Not too shabby, I think. It probably helps that I literally look at him every single day. I also brought up this picture, which, oh goodness, well, I did not correctly draw the scallop shell on his tummy. And I made him wider than he actually is, but you know, all things considered, it's not the worst I've ever done. Alright, so let's compare and contrast. I did not remember, or I might just have not known what Arceus looks like. So, that was going to be difficult for me to attempt to draw. I could have guessed based on what I have now learned that Arceus looks like, but let's do a little compare and contrast, I guess. Once again, who's that Pokemon? It's God! Which looks like this. Which you probably could have guessed if you know what, like, the legendary, like, God Pokemons look like. They look like this. So there you go. That was terrible drawing time. That wasn't so bad. But, you know, obviously I'm sorry, and, Samantha, I hope you're happy. And thank you for giving my paint a chance to dry enough that I can potentially remove this, masking fluid without causing a major disaster. And if it seems like it doesn't want to peel, we'll just abandon that thought for the moment. I would quite like to get this painting done, though, because, I would like to post it today, because this is day 1 of Hollow Knight Art Month, and this is our day 1 prompt, so it would be nice to complete it, certainly. Alright. Well, the masking fluid has come up, so we are about to do a BRB, but before we do, let me get some buggy, grubby paint colors happening. Do I need to change my paint water? I might need to change my paint water, to be perfectly honest, because it's quite saturated with, like, the grayness now. Like, it's kind of gross. So, Samantha's extremely happy. Fantastic. We're going to have a BRB in just a second. But I'm just going to quickly... Okay. Just going to quickly put my paint water out the window. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Where's my water bottle gone? Okay. It's right here. Anyways. Just refill this. I realize that I'm kind of in a weird situation here because time is ticking. Because we're about to go into an ad break, but also as soon as my moderator/spouse comes home, I have to start getting ready to go out to vote. So I'm mixing up some grub green, which I'm just using the mint color from this pastel palette, and I'm just going to prep that before we go to BRB. And then we shall BRB, and I shall be back. And we'll hopefully finish, or at least get almost done this piece. If I have to finish it off stream this evening, I can. But I'm trying to keep these nice and straightforward. Don't forget your ID for voting. Oh yeah, you have to have ID to vote now. Thanks to the government. Anyways. Whatevs. Tis what tis. We're about to go into a BRB, so I shall be right back, everyone. A BRB! Have a nice break. Enjoy the BRB screen. Ad break, but hi! Hello, Raiders! Welcome in. Kirsty did not call me the rainfall. She was busy eating chips. That is so valid of you. Anyways, hi! Welcome, Raiders. Hello, Nita. Hello, Jam. Hello, Spudgers. Hello, Zevi. Hello, Kirsty. Hello, Bees. Hello, friends. Hello. Welcome in, Jam. How was the rest of your stream? Did you enjoy the Rain World? And also the Hollow Knight arting. It's lovely to see you. Welcome in. And for anyone who's in the ad break, I'm so sorry. An ad break was running when you got here, so some people might still be in ads. But I'm going to get a shout out for James B. Barrow in the chat. Hello. Welcome in. Hello. How was your stream? It's lovely to see you. Welcome. For anyone who's new here, hi. And welcome back to anyone who was on the BRB. We just got a raid! So I popped back a little bit earlier, but you mostly missed me saying hello. Welcome in, friends. And hello. It's lovely to see y'all. Welcome. Hope you had a good stream. Mr. Jam. If you're not familiar with James B. Barrow, you should go give him a follow. because he's super fun and nice and great and wonderful in every way. And we love him. Stream was good. Did some Hollow Knight Art Month. Hell yeah. Did some Rain World. Hell yeah. Love both of those for you. Hell yeah. I am also doing some Hollow Knight Art Month. In case you can't tell, this is a grub. And he's off on a little adventure on his way back to his family. But unfortunately, he was trapped in Deep Nest. So he is making his way through the dark. Anywho. It's lovely to see you. Welcome on in. And for anyone who's new here, hi, hello, welcome. My name's Twitch user Sammy Kelch. I'm a variety streamer. I do cozy art streams on Mondays and most Thursdays. I do cozy game streams on Fridays, and every once in a while also a Thursday if I'm feeling spicy. And we are doing the first prompt from Hollow Knight Art Month right now, which is the grub. And here they are with their little lighty lanty off on an adventure through the dark depths of Deep Nest, because why not? That's too adorable, says Kirsty. Sammy has won Hollow Knight Art Month already. Thank you, Kirsty. If you don't know, Kirsty made the Hollow Knight Art Month prompt list, and we are very grateful. Except for the fluke prompt, because I still don't know how to make that cute, but I'll figure it out. Anyways. Lovely to see y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh no, run, Sammy saw me. I'm so sorry you've been perceived. Anyways, how's everybody doing? How are your Thursdays? I hope you are well. I am so warm and hot and sweaty, and I'm not enjoying that at all. That's a not fun time for me, so, yeah. But other than that, we're doing okay. I got to see Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith in the cinema on Tuesday for my moderator/spouse's birthday, which is very exciting. He'd never seen it in the cinema before, so now he has. Is great. Samantha says, I already told you, Sammy, the fluke is not meant to be cute. It's meant to be horny. I don't think I can do that. I really don't think I can do that. Anyways, my moderator/spouse is home. Hooray! Hello, sunshine. Welcome in. It's lovely to see you. I'm gonna go quickly say hi to my moderator/spouse who just got there. Who just got here. Hi, baby. Welcome home. Good to see you. Welcome. Don't forget, we need ID to vote, by the way. Okay, cool. Do you want a chance to get changed and chill for a few minutes before we head back out? All right, cool. Anyways, Kirsty says hi, by the way, sweets. Anyways, if you'll allow me to be mildly self-promotional on my own stream for a second, in case you're wondering what my art looks like when it's done, which you might be, because I promise it looks better than this. I mean, your mileage may vary, I suppose, but here's a painting of some plovers, what I did. Because I also really, when I'm not playing Hollow Knight, I'm also really into birds for some reason. I think it's just a side effect of middle age. Anyways, so there's that. I am genuinely tempted to try and draw the fluke marm as a femme fatale. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but that's where my mind is going. So thank you for that. Hey, Sunshine, what's up? The 2 cups of tea are meant to be getting cold. That's why they're on the counter. Thank you, sweetie. I can't drink hot tea right now. It's real sweaty in the studio. Anyways, this is what my art looks like. If you don't know Jam, here's some Jam art. Anyways, Jam is cool, and did an entire book of Rain World art, which was real pretty, and looked like that. And it's real good. If you don't know Jam's art, it's delightful, and you should go give him a follow. I'm going to not put up the thanks for watching screen. I'm gonna get another shout out for James in chat. If I can spell, that would be great. There we go. Okay, shout outs for Jam. Do go give Jam a follow if you haven't already, and Jam, thank you again for the raid. I am going to put some grub green on this green grubby if I can. So let's see about giving that a go. Hopefully this is an appropriate grub green. I don't have a picture of a grub up for reference, but I think it's something like this. It's something like this. It's got this little tum, just like that color. And then I'm going to use a slightly grubber green. I'm just using my like pastel watercolor set with the color mint, which is as close as I have to grub green. I think it's a little bit brighter. But yes. Why did I just picture Flukemarm with lipstick around I don't know what to call them apart from mouths, says Kirsty. I think honestly, I don't know what they are, but I don't know if I should hope that they're mouths, or I don't know. Anyways, Jam says thank you. Of course, Jam. Thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. It's always such an honor to be trusted with the community of another streamer. So I really do appreciate when cool people I know are like, hey, let's go visit Sammy. I do appreciate that. I really do. Especially considering how chaotic things have been here today. I attempted to figure out what the god of the Pokemon universe would look like because I hadn't seen it. I couldn't figure it out. I should have guessed it looked like one of the pretty bog standard Pokemon legendary characters. Kind of like a weird dragon horse. I should have known. Anyways, but that's fine. We're painting our green grub in grub green. Hooray. Anyways. Orifices fits nicely, I think, says Samantha. Ugh. I mean, I guess, but ugh. It doesn't make me feel good. It does not make me feel good to think about the Flukemarm's orifices. This is a wholesome, cozy stream. This is a cozy stream. Earlier I was singing the song Sextown USA by Sparks. This is a cozy stream for cozy content. This is a cozy... This is a cozy environment. I gotta go sort out food things, says Jam. Love the art so far. Love your art, Jam. I can't wait to see the other things that you come up with for Hollow Knight Art Month BT dubs. I really love what you're doing with it. I think it's a really interesting way of approaching it, and I think the art style looks super cool so far, so I cannot wait to see more. And thank you again for the raid. I really appreciate it. Have a good food and a good lurk. This grub green is good, says Kirsty. It is from the Pastel Shades paint pan set from Derwent. The color is mint. If you ever need to paint a grub, mint from the Pastel Shades paint pan set from Derwent is basically perfect. I bet the inside of a Flukemarm is cozy. See, the thing is, I feel like it would be humid inside a Flukemarm. Like, it feels like it would be humid to me, and I don't feel cozy about that. I feel kinda gross. But maybe, like, what do I know? I am looking up a picture of the Lumafly Lighty Lanty to see what do I need to do with it. Okay, so I need gray. Ah, dang it, I need gray again. Oh well, I've got so much of just like my tube of neutral tint still on the palette here, so I'll just use that to paint in the little holdy bits of the little leaves of my Lanty. There we go. I just thought it would be cute, you know, if the little grubby had a little Lumafly lantern of their own, so they could find their way around to the deep nest. I suppose I better go, says Kirsty, but Illy as well. Thank you so much for giving us this amazing prompt list. I cannot wait to figure out what the heck to do with all of the other prompts. I'm having a lovely time so far. I've got 12 sketches done. I think this is going to be a really fun month. But yes. Oh boy, Samantha says, oh no, the inside of a Flukemarm seems like it would be positively juicy. Not even just moist, but juicy. Yeah, it would be a bit, how shall I say? Very, like, squishy. I feel like it would be squishy. I don't like thinking about it. I don't think, it's not pretty to think about. That's how I feel. I'm getting some red, because I think it'd be cute to have a little, like, red backpack for our little grubby. Like so. I'm probably not going to go on too much longer because I do have to go vote when we're done here. But my moderator slash spouse needs a little bit of time to decompress. And I've got a little bit of painting to do, so that's okay. Anyways, I do want to try and get a little bit of shading, I think, onto our grubby, because obviously they're being quite dramatically lit by this little lantern here. So I feel like they'd be a little bit darker sort of round the back end, and maybe sort of the underside of the tummy even a little bit. So I've added a little bit of my like gray to the grub green. And I'm just going to add in a little shade round here. And hope that looks cute and not weird. I feel like it looks cute and not weird. Hopefully. Anyways. But yeah, I'm really pumped for this month. I hope that y'all are excited for this month. I'm really looking forward to doing my best and hopefully doing a painting for all of the days. Once again, if you've got municipal elections happening in your area and you haven't voted yet and you are eligible to do so, don't forget to bring your ID. And should you be so inclined as to do thy civic duty, don't forget to do it, and do remember to bring identification when you should be to do so. Samantha says, vote Hornet in your municipal elections if you want local government to get good. That should be her slogan, like 100%. That would be, like, I'd vote for her. Are you kidding? Hell yeah. Of course I would. I could not think of anyone I trust more to be a competent municipal political doodad. Pop-up ad, hot municipal elections in your area, says Samantha. Yep. Absolutely. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, do I have enough left of this? Oh, okay, I think I've activated the last remaining blobbit of this very dark gray, so hopefully I might be able to give my grub a cute little eyeball and not accidentally squish that paint everywhere it's not supposed to go and have it not be a cute little circle anymore. Oh no. Oh no, I might just need to... Okay, hold up. Hold up, bear with. There we go. Yay! Okay, it's cute again. Yay, I did it. It's cute. Hooray. Oh, that was a little stressful for a second, but we got there. It's fine. Okay, I'm just looking at my little reference grub here, because we've also got this bit here that's like grub mouth. At least I think this is its mouth. It's kind of an interesting shape for a mouth, but what else would it be? It's it looks like that. Okay. So, when did you want to head, sweets? Okay. Sorry? Okay. All right. So I think we're gonna try and finish this grubby, I guess. So I've got here's what it looks like without the line weight. So far, so cute-ish. I don't know. Is it cute or is it cursed? Once again, your mileage may vary, but because I'm doing this in a semi-Hollow Knight-esque art style, I am going to be, normally, for those who are familiar with my artistic oeuvre, will know that typically I would be using, like, I like doing line weights for pieces that are like the color of that element but darker. But Hollow Knight really wants a nice, clean, sort of like black line weight. And who am I? Who am I to argue with that? Because, you know, I think it's cute, so why not? Okay. I'm not sure if 100% perfectly done that mouthpiece, but you know, here's the thing, like, every grub is different. Every grub is unique. Not all of the grubs are going to have the exact same body shape. Not all of the grubs are going to have the exact same face. They are each their own little person. And so I'm quite happy for it to look a little different, a little special. I don't want to just be sort of replicating the art from the game note for note, otherwise I may as well just post a screenshot. So this is fine. If I get real quiet while I'm doing the line art, that's because I don't have the steadiest hand and I'm nervous. Actually, I think this is turning out pretty cute. I think this is turning out kind of cute. I hope y'all like it. Okay, gonna get the little grub hands in there, like so. And the little straps on the grubby's little rucksack. Oh, bless. Oh, how fresh. Okay. I think I want to put just a little, like...
Attention.
Oh my
Twitch
God.
user Sammy Kelsch.
Shoppers.
Oh my goodness, Senpai! Oh, that was a jump scare. Anyways, hello, Red Pandy Pardo. Welcome in, Senpai. Welcome in. How are you doing? It's lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, hello. Let me get a shout out for you in the chat. What were you up to today? What were you up to? Apologize if I sound weird. For some reason, I've decided that I need to hold my paintbrush in my teeth while I type, even though I could have just put it down. Anyways, hi. We are just we are wrapping up this piece for Hollow Knight Art Month. How are you doing? How was your stream? I hope you had a good one. And also, if you do have some art, any art that you want to share, you can whisper a link to me. I'd be very happy to share it with the class. Otherwise, hello to anyone who's just coming on the raid. My name is Twitch user Sammy Kelsch. I'm a variety streamer. I do cozy art streams on Mondays and most Thursdays, and I do cozy game streams on Fridays, and sometimes also on a Thursday if I'm feeling spicy. We're kind of doing a fusion of sorts, in as much as we're doing artwork from a video game. This is for Hollow Knight Art Month, which has kicked off today. I will get a link to the prompt list in the chat, just in case anyone's curious, and if that's their bag and they feel like it might be fun to participate. I would love to help facilitate that. There we go. Okay. Happy with that. Anyways, it is hollowknightam.com. But yeah, I'm celebrating May Day today. Oh yeah, and also Happy May Day. We did some coloring on a coloring book. Nice. Nice. I hope you had a lovely time. For anyone who's new here, I introduced myself already, but I'm a traditional artist and I work primarily in watercolors and other similar wet media. Yeah, we're having a good time today, and chilling a bit and doing some silly painting. I need to have a little look-see at one of my references, because this character is in a very specific area, and I'd like to try and get just a little bit of like background details of that area kind of into the piece. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to do it, but what I'm going to do, I think, because I'm just looking at the background here, and I'm seeing this sort of like these textures, so I'm wondering if I can actually just kind of pull kind of just pull out of the shadows some of these textures with literally just a wet brush, and see if that ends up looking effective as a background sort of poking out of the shadows, or if it ends up just looking really bad. I don't know. Yeah, it looks kind of bad, but whatever. Chill day sounds lovely, says Senpai. Love your painting. Aw, thank you so much. If there is anything that you would like to share, like your own artwork or whatever, you can whisper me a link if you would like, but we are an art tax optional stream, so it is entirely up to you. If you just want to chill, that's alright too. I will get another shout out for you in the chat though, because I can do 2 shout outs. So if anyone's not following, you can do... That didn't work, hold up. That's the one. I'm also very tired. But anyways, there's the shout out. So if you're not following, you can go do that there. This was such a cute first prompt for Hollow Knight Art Month, because I expect a lot of it is going to not be quite so cute going forward, because it gets a little bit treacherous and scary as the game goes on, but this one pretty nice and cute. I'm going to just pick up like the last of this super dark brown, neutral, not brown, sorry, the super dark gray, like neutral tint situation on my brush. And I'm just going to get some vague terrain / floor texture happening here. Just so we get, you know, it feels like he's walking on something. If it feels like that kind of slips away further off into the dark, and there may or may not be spikes here that we may or may not be able to see, well, so it goes. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, anyways. Oh, thanks. Nothing to share today. No worries at all. No worries at all. There is no pressure to do so, of course. But always happy to make the offer for lovely friends who want to raid into our channel. I genuinely appreciate it so much when people think of me, so thank you again. Roll says, I agree. It's such a nice prompt to start. I've been having a lot of fun with this, as you can probably tell, and your painting is adorable. I'm in love, says Roll. Oh, thank you, Roll. The question for anyone else in the chat, is anyone else participating in Hollow Knight Art Month? Are you planning to do any of the prompts? This is, of course, just a silly month-long activity that is being done for fun and for free. You can dip in and do as many or as few prompts as you want. You can make them as detailed or not as you want. This was day 1 for me, which is grub. And I'm trying to keep things a little simple this year in terms of like not going too crazy with the backgrounds and what have you, but just keeping it, I don't know, fun and spicy, I hope. I'm going to pop that to one side and let it dry. I'll be posting it when I get back from the polls. And in the meantime, this water's a little bit cloudy, but I'm just going to give my brushies a little bit of a rinse. And then I'm going to get the masking fluid onto Caliph and Farah here, which is for tomorrow's prompt, which I probably won't be able to paint until tomorrow now, but never mind. I may end up having to do like 3 speed paints tomorrow afternoon after stream. But that's okay. As I say, trying to keep things a little bit relatively straightforward this year, not going too crazy with super detailed backgrounds and what have you, but oh, who knows whether that will actually come to pass. Roll says, I do! Yay! I'm limiting myself to be able to make them all this year, so I'm drawing stamps! The postal stamps! Oh, that's so stinking cute, Roll! I cannot wait to see what you do. That's gonna be so, so, so cute. Please, please, please post them. I want to see. Tal says, I'm about to start on my art for Hollow Knight Art Month Day 1, but I also have done one thing already. Hell yeah! That is very exciting. Very, very, very exciting. As I say, I cannot wait to see what everybody comes up with, because it's such a creative and cool community of people, and people always end up coming up with stuff that like I never would have thought of for a lot of the prompt words, and just stuff that is just so different and so cool, and it's so much fun. So I'm going to get some masking fluid onto Caliph and Farah Orthop here. And that might be all we have time to do today. Because I am going to need to... I'm going to need to go to the polls when we're done here. But... what was I gonna say? These characters aren't like major side characters or anything. They're just like little spirits you encounter like once, in like a little side area of the Queen's Gardens, and I wanted to do something. Because I've done a reasonable amount of Hollow Knight art now. Oh, BT Dubs, I'm trying to be better about self-promoting. On my own stream. If I'm going to promote anywhere, it should probably be on my own stream. I've put a link to my shop. If you like Hollow Knight art specifically, if you like Hollow Knight specifically and you want to see art from it, I have a small number of limited edition Blue Raspberry Fight Milk Hollow Knight art prints from previous Hollow Knight art that I have done in my shop, including a shiny of cloth that I did last year, and I still have a couple of, so if that's the kind of thing that you're into, like, you can, but obviously if you're just here to hang, that is entirely cool too. But I don't know, I'm really bad at letting people know about these things, so I'm trying to be better. And I do genuinely appreciate the support, whether it's just hanging out or whatever. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's nice having people to hang out with and sing Sparks songs to. Anyways. Question for Hollow Knight enjoyers. Do you say Dirtmouth or Dirtmouth? I've always said Dirtmouth, like Dartmouth, but with an I. It's also one of my favorite place names. I did a piece of... I did an art of Hornet a while back where she was using her needle to repair... Like, she'd gotten a hole in her poncho or something, and she was using her needle to repair it, and so it was like laundry day, so she's wearing her old Dartmouth University sweatshirt. I think I like that piece more than anyone else likes that piece, but I thought that piece was fun. Okay, I now have to very quickly get the masking fluid. If you've never used masking fluid as like a painter, it's gross. So basically it goes on as this like slightly stinky liquid that in this case sometimes it's toned purple, sometimes it's colorless. This one is toned slightly yellow, which helps you see where you've put it if you're using a white piece of paper. And basically it resists water being put on those areas. So if there is an element of your painting that you don't want to be painted and you want to just be able to kind of apply a wash, you put the masking fluid down first, you let it dry, and then you paint over it, and then once the paint is dry, you can then basically just peel off the masking fluid because it dries down to this weird like peelable consistency. It's super gross, but it's super useful. So that's what we're up to here. But I think unless actually, you know what? Unless, is this dried? That's dry. It dries fairly quickly, but some of these patches I feel like are a little bit thick, so they're probably not fully dry. Let's just look at the grub while this is drying. But yeah, one of the things I want to do for Hollow Knight Art Month this year is kind of think about and look at where I can do like characters and concepts that I haven't really in previous Hollow Knight art. And so hopefully I'll be able to do some slightly different stuff to bring... I want to do some stuff that doesn't just look like Hollow Knight screen caps. Some of them super will. But for instance, if you want a spoiler, I'm doing this portrait of the seer. I'm just doing it like, you know, like a 17th century portrait, basically, except it's the seer. So that will be quite rendered as a result. So hopefully that'll look cute. It'll be different, I think, for me, but hopefully it'll be fun. But yeah, I'm hoping to have a fun time with this whole silly, weird month. But I think what I will do is I'm just going to steal this grub green and just fully mix it all together and get it real watery. And I'm just going to use this as the underpainting for my Queen's Gardens piece. Just because. I like doing underpaintings with Hollow Knight art because generally so much of the world is like kind of just a grayish blue, but if you look, like, there's a lot of color in the game, but it's oftentimes like weird glowy stuff happening in the backgrounds of pieces and like sets and areas, that's the word I was looking for. It's like weird glowy stuff happening in the background of areas that will be like an interesting color. And I like to get to play with that. And so doing like a pastel underpainting, despite the fact that most of the environment is quite dark, is really fun. So happy to get to do that, to kind of lean into it. I don't know how I'm going to economize on detail for this Queen's Gardens piece, but I guess we'll find out. Because I honestly don't know. But whatevs. Anyways, this is gonna need some time to dry, so I'm probably gonna call it once I'm done with this. But I think I know who we can raid. I think I should be able to catapult you into good hands once more. Also, in case anyone missed it, we do have a new stream sticker, which I specifically added because it's Hollow Knight Art Month. And I did figure out how to show it to you earlier, so I hope y'all enjoyed that if you were here for it. It's very silly, but I painted it myself. Because I paint everything here. Anyways. Okay. Alright, we have an underpainting. I love underpainting, it's so fun. Anyways, this piece is done now. Anyways, I'm gonna call it now because I have to go vote. So I'm probably gonna raid and run. And I hope that will be okay. But I'm gonna leave you in very good hands. So let me make sure that... Okay, yeah. Okay, I think it's a no-brainer who we're gonna go raid now. I think you can probably guess if you are familiar with the Hollow Knight Art Month doodad. You know that we are going to, if it will load for me. Come on, Twitch. There we go. It's like, no channels found. It's like, excuse me? Excuse me? She's my friend. We're raiding Kirsty. Because of course we are. Because Kirsty made the Hollow Knight Art Month list. And that is, that is where we're headed. Anyways. So yeah, thank you so much. Also, Senpai, thank you very much. Here is a raid call. Let me type it up. Generic raid message. If you're not familiar with Kirsty, Kirsty is great and so fun and gave us the Hollow Knight art prompt list. So it feels appropriate to be raiding. What am I going to do with the raid call? Let's just add some, it's not Hollow Knight, but let's put some Crash Bandicoots because I can't find my Fight Milk emote. If you have the emotes, feel free to grab the emotes. If you do not have the emotes, excuse me, you can just say, also, hello, Hybrid. I don't think I've said hi to you. Hi, welcome in. We're about to raid. If you have the emotes, feel free to grab the emotes. If you don't have the emotes, you can just say generic raid message. It's all good. Or append any cool emotes that you do have. Whatever. Anyways, I'm off to go do my civic duty. And in the meantime, have a lovely rest of your evening. Have a nice time hanging out with Kirsty. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to Senpai and to Jam for the raids. Very much appreciated. And to the rest of you for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for that as well. I've had a really lovely time. I will be back tomorrow morning playing Hollow Knight. So thank you, everybody. Good night and good luck.